Welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about division winners future bets based off of FanDuel Sportsbook and what they have the odds set at right now. We're going to start in the AFC, starting with the AFC East, one of the most competitive divisions, maybe the most competitive division in 2023. Are currently the Bills are the favorite in this division at plus 130. The Jets are behind them at plus 250, Dolphins plus 290, and the Patriots in fourth at plus 750, who are basically a long shot to win. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to pick the Bills. For me, I think the Jets are going to win the division this year. Even though I love the Bills, I'm a big Bills fan. I like Josh Allen a lot. I like a lot of the people on that team. I just think that with the addition of Aaron Rodgers and all the pieces around him, all the other pieces that they were able to bring in this offseason, Garrett Wilson, I think, is going to be amazing this year. So I think the Jets have a really good opportunity to be able to win this division. I think they get it done again at plus 250. Next up is going to be the AFC North, where the Bengals are the favorite at plus 125. The Ravens are sitting at plus 240. The Browns are at plus 390, and the Steelers at plus 500. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that order. In particular, I wouldn't blame you. Again, this is one I wouldn't blame you for picking another team. I have the Ravens winning this division, but if you pick the Bengals, I would totally understand that. I think those are really the only two options in this division in 2023. And with as good as Joe Burrow and the Bengals are, I just think with Lamar Jackson and the pieces that they finally were able to put around him, I think he's going to have a special year. And I think the Ravens are going to be able to win the AFC North in 2023. Moving on to the AFC South, which is probably one of the more predictable divisions in the NFL this year. There's really no question. The Titans are falling off. The rookies in this division aren't likely to be great right away, for the Titans, the Colts, and the Texans, respectively. So with the Jags sitting at minus 160, it's a pretty safe bet to go ahead and assume that they're going to win the AFC South this season. And the last AFC division, obviously, going to be the AFC West. And as you could imagine, the Chiefs are the favorite in this division at minus 160. Next up behind them is actually the Chargers at plus 300, the Broncos at plus 550, and the Raiders at plus 1200. Now, this is one I think there's got to be serious consideration for the Broncos with what we've seen from Russell Wilson in the past before 2022, and with everything Sean Payton brings in his resume and everything that he is as a coach and all the success that he's had. He took the Saints, team that was a poverty franchise for a long time, and was able to win a Super Bowl with them and have a lot of success. Obviously, having Drew Brees in that equation helps. But I think the Broncos deserve serious consideration for it this season. But in my opinion, I would be putting money on the Chiefs if I was going to be betting on the AFC West division winner in 2023. Now, moving on to the NFC side, we're going to start with the NFC East, which is very competitive. They have the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the Giants. And of course, the Eagles are going to start as the favorite. They just went to the Super Bowl. They're just as good, if not better, as last year, which is why I'm picking them to be the division winner in 2023. They're minus 105. The Cowboys are plus 175, and the Giants are at plus 700. So while there probably won't be a whole lot of people taking dart throws at the Giants to win the division, I assume there are going to be a lot of parlays that end up with the Cowboys as possible division winners for the NFC East. But again, I'm going to go ahead and stick with the Eagles, who I think are probably going to end up as the best team in the NFC this season. Next NFC team coming up here is the NFC North. And believe it or not, the Lions are actually the favorites right now, according to FanDuel Sportsbooks, and actually most sportsbooks, if not all of them. They are plus 145. The Vikings are at plus 270. Packers are plus 350. And the Bears are plus 420. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how the Packers and Bears aren't more in the plus on this side, but the real conversation again is the Lions being the favorite in this division. And as much as I want to pick them and as hyped up as I am about the Lions, it's the history of the Lions and what normally happens. It's just I can't put my money on the Lions. I can't do it. I want to, but I can't. For me, the safe money is going to be the Vikings at plus 270. But I would not blame you at all if you wanted to put money on the Lions in 2023. Now we go to look at the NFC South, who none of these teams could end up with an above 500 record. So this is a very tough one to put money on. If anything, I wouldn't blame you for completely staying away from this division. But the way it sits, the Saints are at plus 135. The Falcons are at plus 230. The Panthers are at plus 340, which is pretty shocking, honestly. And the Buccaneers are at plus 600. Now, honestly, I think a lot of people are going to pick the Panthers to win this division, which I wouldn't blame them. I think, with everything Bryce Young did and all the success he had in college, and with everything the Panthers have, between the coaching staff, Frank Reich, and everything that he brought in, and all the players that they were able to bring in, the defense that they have, the Panthers, I feel like, could be a good choice to put money on in 2023. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and take Derek Carr and the Saints at plus 135 to win the NFC South in 2023. And now, last but not least, it's going to be the NFC West, where the 49ers are at minus 165, the Seahawks are at plus 220, the Rams are at plus 850, and the Cardinals are, of course, at plus 2400. The 49ers are in a good spot, but the Seahawks aren't just going to let them walk away with the division in 2023. Like, the Seahawks are getting better. I think they'll be better in 2023 than they were in 2022 when they surprised everybody last year. But at the end of the day, between coaching and the roster, the superior team in the NFC West is once again going to be the 49ers. So that's where I will be putting my money. I will not ever tell anybody where they should be betting. This is not gambling advice. And with that said, don't forget to subscribe and keep coming back for more off-season content. We'll see you for the next video.